Hey guys, so today I'm just going to do a really quick eyebrow tutorial for you guys. I know a lot of people have asked me to do this in the past, and unfortunately haven't really had the time and everything like that to do this kind of a video for you guys. But as I've told people that have asked me questions about the brows and things like that, that there's nothing major that I do. It's very, very simple, very easy. So I will show you guys today just what I do, and it takes me literally like not even 5 minutes to do my brows. I did one to show you what it looks like after, and hopefully I can show you here what I do on this brow, and hopefully you guys can see. I apologize about the lighting. I've got every single light that I could possibly have on today and extra lights, but unfortunately it ended up being a cloudy, overcast day today, so such is life, we'll do the best we can, right? So I'm going to try and stay looking in here. However, there's a mirror right here that I really need to use for precision. So I will be looking over here a little bit, but I will try very hard to stay as straightforward so you can see as possible. So basically, what I do is I use four things if you're counting one of the things. But as I've told people before that have asked me questions, I am in no way, shape, or form a brow professional or anything like that. I am a licensed cosmetologist, but I don't feel that I'm better than anybody else. I feel like I learn something new every day from watching other people, and I just do the best I can with what I have to work with. So I have spent years of tweezing my eyebrows and waxing, and I've gotten two eyebrows that are very, very different. This one actually is down a little lower, and this one's up a little higher. I have great shape in this one, and this one is, and a lot of days it's just practice makes perfect, because there are some days where this brow looks amazing and this brow looks like poo. And you just do the best you can to get them as nice and as perfect as you can. And, such is life. You don't have too perfect of anything. Nothing on your face is symmetrical. So you do the best you can, and just try and make it so one doesn't look so high and one looks so low. Like, sometimes that happens, and if you've seen some of my videos, there are days where my eyebrows are not perfect. I apologize, but again, I just do the best I can with what I have to work with and how they go that day. Because once I do my brows, they pretty much are set, and I can't really mess with them too much. They don't really mess well. So, I'll show you guys what I use. Again, some of these products may be still available, some may not. I've had kind of the same routine for a while. So I use this Sephora Professional Angled Liner Brush. It's number 15, but it's very old, as I've shown people before in videos of my favorites. It's a very thin, very angled brush, and I feel that this gives me the most precise lines and things like that. So this is what I use. Also, I use the Evian Facial Mist as a wetting spray. Before that, I used to use the Fix Plus by MAC, but as you can see, I have very little, so I try really hard not to use it because I don't have much left of it, and I haven't had time to repurchase. The other things that I use are the Urban Decay eyeshadow in M.I.A, and I'm not going to show that to you because I'm using the mirror on the 15th anniversary palette, and that's the palette that it's in. But it's a dark chocolatey brown color. It's this color right here, and it works really well with my brows and my hair. And then the last thing that I use is this Anastasia Beverly Hills stencil, and it looks like this. And this is the Slim High Arch stencil. I don't use this for my entire brow, so don't think that I put it on and I pencil it and I'm good to go. Unfortunately, I don't have that much brow to be able to do that. That would make it super easy if I could just put it on and I'd be done. But unfortunately, my brows are not that thick, and I don't have that much hair and things like that, and it's not the right shape. So I only use this stencil for the corner right here to get the squared off look right here, and then the rest of it I pencil in. So I will show you real quick what I do. And again, I'm going to kind of look over this way, so it might actually be a benefit to you with the lighting. But I take my facial mist spray on the angled eyeliner brush, and I just get it wet. And then I dip it, or I stroke it into the M.I.A shadow, and these shadows have a lot of fallout, so I have to tap it because I don't want all that fallout getting underneath my eye, especially if I do my brows last. And then what I do is I like to line it up so that the line that goes down, dotted down, is exactly on the corner of my brow that's there right now. And then I actually take this and I put it upward so that I don't make a brow that's not there. So I face this stencil upward so it's not making a brow that's not there. And again, I just use it for sheer part of the corner piece. So I take this and I just lightly get that squared off look. Because that's all I'm using it for, is that squared off look, okay? So I don't use it for the whole brow. And see, that's all I use it for. So now I'm done with that, and now I'll go in and I'll pencil in the rest of that brow, okay? Because I don't need it for the whole brow, okay? And so that's my eyebrow right there. I see that. And see, my brows, like I said, are not perfect. So, I tend to stare at them a little too much at times. But this is generally really a 2-minute process. It's literally a 2-minute process. Now, if I step back, you can see that they're not 100% perfect because this eyebrow, again, is a little bit lower. So, I sometimes do this, which, like I said before, my eyebrows do not like to be messed with. So, I'll go back in, and it's just a fixing process. And I'm glad it didn't look perfect the first time, because a lot of times, when you practice, it takes a couple times, and people are like, how did they make it so easy? It's one take and they're done. Well, that's not my life. It's not one take and I'm done. It is practice, and it is something that every day it doesn't go as perfect as it should. So I go back through, and, I go back through and I put that little hard line in there and erase that out. Now, as I've said before, unfortunately, my brows are not the same. They're not the same size, shape, nothing. It's horrible, but they're not, And this one always goes perfect. I'm like, one swipe, this one's done. It's this one that's always the issue. And again, they might be the same apart and things like that, but sometimes it takes doing it once, and then I use the wet dry shadow brush, and I go in with vanilla. And what I like to do is I like to do the underneath part first. Here's a trick to the trade to clean up. I hate this Urban Decay shadow primer, but I use it to clean up my brows underneath because it's small. So I go underneath, and I know I need to tweeze too, so I don't think I'm going to be happy no matter what I do today, because I definitely need to tweeze. So, and I sometimes clean up here too, because this shadow primer is good for that. That's about all it's good for. And see, this side needs to be tweezed as well underneath, so it's not going to look perfect. Okay, so I put a little bit of the shadow primer potion on, take my wet shadow brush, wet dry shadow brush, I stick it in the 15th anniversary palette from Urban Decay, and it's vanilla that I use. Put a little bit on here, tap it off, and then I like to go underneath the brow, just as the highlight. Okay, and then I do the other side, and like I said, one brow always looks better than the other. That's just life, you guys. Don't ever let anybody tell you that it's got to be perfect, or you shouldn't feel like it has to be absolutely 100% asymmetrical, or symmetrical, I'm sorry, not asymmetrical, 100% symmetrical, because that's not reality. Reality is, the people that have those kind of situations sit there and probably spend a good, hour on their brows, which is insane. Most humans don't have that kind of time to do that. And most of us have better things to do with our lives than sit there and do brows all day. But, pretty much it just, like I said, I try really hard to get it as nice as possible. I do like to go back over the brow and kind of just, you know, just to give it a little, just to do a little more powder on it, because it's, because I do have, even in this brow, as nice as this brow is over here, I have over plucked it, and unfortunately they don't grow in the way they should. You know, I mean, I could sit here and stare at my brows all day, and like I said, some days I love the way they look, and some days I'm like, oh my gosh, they look horrific to me. You know, could I have, you know, made them look any further off? And, you know, and sometimes those are the days when you guys say to me in a video, oh, your brows look great, what do you do? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, are they serious with this? You know, not that you guys, you know, shouldn't say things nice. I appreciate the compliments, but my brows are in no way, shape, or form perfect. So I just wanted to do this video for you guys to show you that there are tools out there to help you if you're like me and you've tweezed your brows or over waxed them to the point where there's spots in them that don't, you know, grow. Because I do, unfortunately. This one doesn't grow for the life of me. It doesn't matter what I do. It just doesn't grow. This one grows really great. But in here, in this little square section right here, it doesn't grow well. So I really have to make sure I put that in nicely. And then it overgrows in this area, so I have to over tweeze in that area. So there are these Anastasia brow stencils. They're really great. You can find these, I think, at Sephora is where I got mine. But I got it a long time ago. I probably got it about 2 or 3 years ago, and I got it in a kit, and it came with all different size stencils and shapes, and it came with a brow powder, a brow wax, or 2 brow powders, a brow wax, and a brush. So that was about 2 years ago. So, but I know they still sell the stencils by themselves. So check those out. Those are great. Sephora has great brushes. They have this angled liner brush. That's what I use. It's amazing. I don't know if they still have it in this style or color, but nonetheless, they still have something similar. The Evian facial mist is a very inexpensive way to wet as a wetting medium for your brush. And then, you know, a simple brown eyeshadow that you have. You can use anything. I just use M.I.A. because I have it. I want to use it up, obviously, and it goes well with my dark hair, so it works out. But you can use anything that you want that works out for you guys. And you know, like I said, if you have like the Urban Decay primer shadow and potion and you don't like it like me, here's a great way to use it. Is just to clean up underneath and to make the vanilla, which is the color I use underneath for the highlight, to stick. So hope this, guys, was a very big help for you. If it wasn't, I'm sorry, but people have been requesting me to do this. So I thought that I would try really hard to answer some of your questions, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!